Most people think cutting is simple. Drop calories, add cardio, get lean. That works until it doesn't. Because what nobody tells you is that it's not just about reducing calories. It's about how you reduce them, which macros should change, and how your training takes a hit. If you simply ignore everything else apart from calories, you won't just lose fat, you lose muscle. So today, I'm going to show you 4 mistakes that I've made in my cuts over 6 years of experience and exactly how to fix them. So let's jump straight in. Mistake 1 is cutting calories linearly. Most people reduce calories something like this. Okay, I dropped 300 calories, fat loss slowed down, so let me drop another 300. And they keep reducing the same amount every time. This works at the start, then it ruins your progress later. Why? Because when you're coming out of a bulk, you're far above your real maintenance. That time, you actually can afford a bigger initial drop because you have those many calories in the tank. But as you get leaner and leaner, your body becomes more sensitive. The same 300 calorie drop that felt easy at the start of your cut will now literally crush your strength. So instead of reducing the same amount every time, reduce 10% of your current calories. Let's say you're eating 3500 calories at the end of your bulk. First reduction will be 10% of 3500, that is 350 calories. Now you're at 3150 calories. Later, when you're at suppose 2500 calories, now 10% is 250 calories. Again, when you're at 2000 calories, 10% will be 200 calories. Do you see what's happening here? The deficit automatically shrinks as you get leaner. And this is exactly what we want. Because the leaner you get, the lesser calories you can afford to reduce without taking a performance hit. That creates a downward curve that slowly flattens. This prevents massive strength drops, extreme hunger spikes, and large unnecessary deficits. Every time your weight stalls for 10 to 14 days, reduce 10% of your current calorie intake. Not a fixed number, a percentage. That is why I always encourage people to have a rough track of your daily calorie intake. Now yes, I know y'all are busy people, but if you really want to have a proper successful cut and not look skinny at the end, you have to be willing to invest more time in sorting out your diet. Now you might get your calorie deficit correct, but there's another mistake people make with macros that quietly ruins training performance. This brings me to mistake 2, that's killing your carbs instead of redistributing them. Everyone says reduce carbs when cutting. True, but people misunderstand this. They cut carbs equally from every meal. Breakfast lower, lunch lower, pre-workout lower, post-workout lower, dinner lower, and suddenly the training feels like shit. And that's obvious because carbs fuel your performance. Low carbs generally means low performance, and low performance might mean high muscle loss. Yes, total carbs must go down, but redistribution matters more. In your cut, 70 to 80% of your daily carbs should be around your workout. That means higher carbs pre-workout, higher carbs post-workout, and lower carbs in meals that are far away from your training. You might even need to increase carbs in one meal while decreasing them in others, but still be in a net deficit. For example, instead of 50 grams of carbs in 4 meals, do 20 grams in breakfast, 20 grams in lunch, 80 grams pre-workout, and 60 grams post-workout. It's still 20 grams lesser than total, but better performance. Carbs are not the enemy. Poor carb timing is. When carbs are randomly slashed, training feels flat, strength drops, and you start blaming your cut. Now, even if you have your carbs properly in check, there's still one silent way your body is sabotaging your gains. Mistake 3 is going to be ignoring your NEAT. NEAT is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. In simple words, it means the number of calories your body burns by doing activities that are not particularly considered exercise. This can be things like shaking your leg while watching this video, going out to hang out with your friends, or literally just fidgeting. Now, when you cut calories, your body fights back. It quietly reduces unconscious movement. You start fidgeting less, you walk less, you say no to hanging out, you sit more. Your body is secretly conserving your energy. And when calories drop, your NEAT drops automatically. So even if you're eating less, you might not actually be burning much more. So your weight loss stalls sooner than expected, you reduce your calories again, and now you're in a deeper deficit than needed. The solution is you must intentionally control your movement. Simple rule you need to follow is you need to match your steps from your bulk. If you were doing 8 to 10,000 steps during your bulk, keep it there. Don't let it fall to 4 to 5,000 without you realizing it. Track your steps or distance, doesn't matter which, but keep it consistent. Increasing your activity is always easier than reducing food further. Because reducing food makes you hungrier, it lowers your protein intake and increases risk of muscle loss. But increasing activity keeps your calorie intake the same, preserves your protein intake, and maintains your performance. So if your fat loss stalls, first check, are my steps lower? If yes, then bump up your steps instead of reducing more calories. This one variable alone can fix half of your plateau issues. And finally, even if you have everything in place, if you enter with the wrong wrong mindset, nothing will work. Mistake 4 is slashing volume and intensity too early. When people start cutting, they get scared. They already enter with a mindset that they're going to lose strength. They think because I'm eating less, I won't recover. Let me reduce my volume. So they drop sets. They stop pushing as hard because they've already assumed strength loss is going to happen. This is a mistake. Your body keeps muscle because it thinks it needs it. If performance demand drops, your body says, cool, we don't need this much muscle because it's taking too much calories to maintain. When you start your cut, you need to think like you're not even entering your cut. There's absolutely no reason for your strength to drop drastically on a cut if you're doing things right. You should keep your training exactly the same, keep your intensity the same, try to match your previous week's performance just like you normally would, and just as usual, still try to progress. Your goal during a cut is simple. Maintain strength as long as possible. If your strength drops dramatically in weeks 1 and 2, don't panic and reduce your training. First, look at your calories. If lifts are crashing, that means your deficit is too large. Bump up your calories slightly. Track your body weight daily so that you know your calories aren't too low. Your gym performance should be your single most important thing to keep a track of on your cut. So let's quickly go through what we discussed in this video. If your cut feels terrible, ask yourself these questions. Are you reducing calories as a percentage instead of fixed numbers? Are you redistributing carbs around your workouts? Are your steps staying consistent? Are you actively trying to maintain your strength? If you answer these questions honestly, you'll have all the answers you need. If you really want help losing fat and you're serious about it, check out my full fat loss guide link in the description box below that helped me lose 2 kg of pure fat in just 1 month. And if you're still confused and just want the best workout routine and diet plan according to your personal preferences, that's exactly what I do in my one-on-one consultations. Let's hop on a 1-hour call where you tell me what exactly is your problem, what's your goal, and we will together build a workout routine and diet plan to help you get your dream physique. Fill out the form in the description box below and I'll get in touch with you soon. But please only do it if you're serious. That's it for today. Hope you found some value. Make sure to share it with a friend, like and comment what video you want next. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.